Hello everyone, welcome back to Betrayed. Thank you for joining us today. We have a new story to share with you, so let's get started. My unfaithful wife had an emotional breakdown after her affair partner refused to commit to her, and now she wants to come back. But I'm done. I'm a 50-year-old man, and I was married to my wife, Amy, 48, for over 20 years, 23 years to be exact. We have 3 children together. Our eldest is 22, and our youngest is almost 18. Their names are Rachel, 22, Jake, 19, and Ava, 17, almost 18. Recently, Amy admitted that she had been cheating on me with a coworker named Matt, 27. I'm using different names here for privacy reasons. A week ago, Amy sat me down and confessed that she had been involved with Matt for 2 years and felt ready to tell me because she wanted to move forward with him. Since all our children are almost adults, Ava turns 18 in 2 months, Amy thought this was the perfect time to reveal the truth. I was heartbroken when she told me. Thankfully, none of our kids were home to witness me fall apart in tears. I had a complete emotional breakdown. I'm sure it would have been difficult for them to see that. Rachel had already moved out for work after college. Jake is away at college, and Ava was at a friend's house that day. So, Amy and I were alone at home. I believe that's why she chose that specific day to tell me. She tried to comfort me while I cried and begged her not to leave. I asked her to give our marriage another chance. But she told me she couldn't stay in what she described as a loveless marriage any longer and didn't want to waste more time. My world completely collapsed that day. Naturally, my first reaction was to deny what she said and try to convince her to stay. I hope no one judges me for that. It was a moment of weakness. I cried for about 30 minutes before the reality finally hit me, and I managed to calm down. The entire time, Amy was gently patting my arm and saying things like, "It'll get better and you'll find someone." She treated me like a helpless puppy rather than her husband, the man she had just betrayed and left after 23 years of marriage. Once I gathered myself, I stood up and told her to leave the house. I didn't want her there anymore. She looked shocked that I had gone from pleading with her to asking her to leave, but honestly, I was surprised too. Still, I meant it. If she had anything to say, she kept it to herself. She quietly packed a few of her belongings into a duffel bag that was already prepared. Clearly, she had been planning this and expected it to happen. She walked out of the house after giving me an awkward side hug, which I didn't return. I just stood there like a statue. After she left, I cried for hours. I was shattered. I didn't know what to do anymore. My marriage had collapsed, and the woman I loved more than anything had been unfaithful to me for 2 whole years. Even worse, Amy didn't seem to think she had done anything wrong. From the moment she confessed, she acted like it wasn't a big deal and only tried to comfort me because sitting in silence while I cried must have made her uncomfortable. A million thoughts kept racing through my mind on repeat. But now, a week later, I feel a bit more stable. I'm trying to hold myself together for my children, if not for myself. They've been deeply affected by this as well. When Ava came home that evening, she found me asleep on the couch. The moment I woke up, she could see that I'd been crying. My eyes were red and swollen. She kept asking what had happened and where her mother was. After a while, I told her the truth. Saying it out loud made everything feel more real, and yes, I ended up crying again. It was embarrassing, but Ava was there to comfort me, and she truly meant it. She was just as shocked as I was when I first found out. I hadn't told anyone at that point. I wasn't thinking clearly. But Ava quickly made several phone calls. She contacted her siblings and asked them to come home as soon as possible. She also called my brother, Eric, 45, and asked him to come help us. Eric is still single by choice, but he's dependable, and I've always known I could count on him in times of need. And I was right. He showed up at my house within hours of Ava's call, even though he lives quite far away. He knew I needed support. I needed time to clear my head and mourn the end of my marriage and the life I once knew. So, my brother Eric moved in with us to help take care of things for a few days. It's been a week now, and he's still here, so are all of my children. We're all trying to support one another and make sense of what's happened. Honestly, It still feels like a nightmare I can't wake up from. I didn't realize how much Amy leaving would affect my mental health, but Eric was right to come stay with us. I've felt completely lost since she left. Most mornings I struggle even to get out of bed. So yes, I truly need all the support I can get right now. My children have also been incredibly kind and supportive, and I'm so grateful for that. I've spoken to my lawyer about everything, and we're preparing for the inevitable divorce. I haven't actually filed yet because I was waiting for Amy to do it first. But strangely, she hadn't filed either. That is, until last night, when I finally found out why. Late at night, I got a phone call from Amy. I was shocked. We hadn't spoken since the day she left, and I had no idea why she'd suddenly be calling me after a whole week. When I answered, I could immediately tell that she'd been crying. She sounded upset and emotional. She asked about the kids, and I told her they were all here with me, as was my brother. I tried to keep my voice calm and not let any concern show. I didn't want her to know that I still cared. The truth is, I did and still do, but I didn't want her to hear it in my voice. After I answered her question about the kids, she started crying harder. That caught me off guard. I didn't expect her to break down. After all, she was the one who cheated on me and walked away from our marriage. I couldn't help myself. I asked if she was okay. Then she told me everything. The day she left our home, she had asked Matt, the man she cheated on me with, if she could move in with him. But he turned her down. He told her he wasn't ready for a serious relationship and had just been messing around with her. He told her, point blank, that he was still young and wanted to enjoy life before settling down. While Amy is attractive for her age, she's still 50 and has 3 children. That doesn't fit the picture of the ideal future wife he wants. He said he does want kids someday and a long life ahead with someone who can give him that, and Amy can't. So not only was Matt unwilling to commit, but even if he had been, he wouldn't have chosen Amy. Now she's having a complete breakdown because she realizes she has nowhere to go. She cried on the phone for at least 15 minutes, saying she had ruined her life because of the affair. I'll be honest, I felt a strange sense of satisfaction hearing that. She told me that none of our children are speaking to her. They've all blocked her on their phones and social media without saying a word. For the past week, she's been living in a hotel, unsure if I would take her back and too scared to ask. She finally broke down and called me because she didn't know what else to do. She couldn't live in a hotel forever. That's when she asked me if she could come back home, if I could give her another chance. I was stunned by the sheer nerve she had to even ask me that. In that moment, all the concern and sadness I had been carrying vanished and was instantly replaced by anger, which honestly, I should have felt a long time ago. I told her immediately that there would be no second chances, just like she never gave me one. I said I was glad this was happening to her because she deserved every bit of it for what she had done. Then I hung up without waiting for her to reply and switched off my phone so I could sleep without thinking about her. I was furious that she thought she could just come running back to me and I'd fix everything, like I always had in the past. Over the years, our marriage had its fair share of ups and downs, like any long relationship. But I was always the one who tried to make things better. Even when I wasn't the one at fault, I was the one apologizing, chasing after her, and trying to fix things. But this time, I'd had enough. I couldn't forgive this. I couldn't forget it. And the truth is, I didn't even want to. This was the wake-up call I needed. I had always loved my wife more than she loved me. I gave her more love than she ever earned or appreciated. But that ends now. I know now that I did nothing wrong by asking her to leave and refusing to let her come back. After all, the house legally belongs to me. I'm the one who bought the house, so it's legally in my name. Amy can't force me to let her live there again, but she's been trying to manipulate me into feeling like I'm being cruel for not letting her come back. When I finally turned my phone back on this morning, I found several messages from her that she'd sent the night before, right after our phone call. She was furious, playing the victim and accusing me of being selfish and uncaring, which is ridiculous considering she was the one who cheated. She also accused me of turning our kids against her, which simply isn't true. In fact, I didn't even know they had blocked her until she told me. I never influenced them in any way, so I don't see how that's my fault. Maybe this is the anger speaking, but honestly, I can't wrap my head around the fact that she's calling me selfish just because I won't give our marriage another chance, after she betrayed me, left me, and then tried to come back only when things didn't work out with the other guy. I don't believe I'm in the wrong here at all. That said, I did want to make sure I wasn't letting my anger cloud my judgment or being needlessly cruel, which is why I turned to you all for advice. AITA, for refusing to let my wife move back in with me after she cheated on me with her coworker? Update 1. Hi, everyone. First, I want to sincerely thank each and every one of you who took the time to respond to my original post. I'm so grateful I shared my story, because reading your replies made me realize just how much Amy had been gaslighting me. She had me questioning my decision to not let her move back in. I was starting to doubt myself and feel guilty, and I probably would have given in if I hadn't posted and heard your honest feedback. To all of you who responded, thank you. Truly. I think you saved me from another lifetime of emotional pain and constant mistrust. Had I taken her back, I know now I would have regretted it forever. I've come to my senses. Amy doesn't deserve a second chance. It's been a few days since I shared my story, and since then, she's been constantly texting me. She's tried every emotional tactic, from guilt-tripping to gaslighting. She keeps apologizing and telling me she made a huge mistake by having an affair. She promises she'll do whatever it takes to make things right. But I just don't understand how she still thinks there's a chance I'll take her back. This isn't a minor argument, it's a deep betrayal. And the way she's handling it shows that she still doesn't fully grasp the weight of what she did to me. I honestly doubt she ever will. I'm feeling a lot more stable now, so I've sent Rachel and Jake back to their routines. They needed to return to their lives, and I'm glad they can. Ava is still living with me and checks in on me regularly, which I really appreciate. But I've told her not to feel tied down because of me. She deserves to enjoy her life, spend time with her friends, and find moments of happiness, even in the middle of all this. She's also going to college this fall, and I want her to make the most of her time before that new chapter begins. My brother Eric is still living with us, and I couldn't be more thankful. He's not overly emotional or expressive, but just having him around has helped me breathe a little easier. He's been a quiet support system I didn't know I needed. I'm sure he'll have to return to his own life eventually, but for now, I'm grateful for every day he's here. Aside from the emotional toll, Amy's absence has also affected the day-to-day stuff. These may seem like small things, but they're constant reminders of the changes. Amy used to do most of the laundry and cooking because she said she enjoyed it. The kids and I handled cleaning, dishes, and trash. Now that she's gone, Eric and I have taken over her share of the chores. Ava's busy with her own commitments, and I won't ask her to stay home just to help with housework. I never realized how even small routines can remind you of someone, and how deeply the loss is felt in simple, daily moments. Legally, I've moved forward too. My lawyer and I officially filed for divorce yesterday. We finally decided to go ahead with a petition after I realized Amy wasn't going to file, not because she wanted to fix things, but because she wanted to come back and have a place to stay. She's going to be served in a few days, and then the real battle begins. Just thinking about it is exhausting. I can only imagine how much more draining it'll be once the legal process actually starts. I never imagined I'd go through something like this. I never thought I'd be that person going through a divorce. But here I am. It's a terrible, painful feeling. Still, I know now, there's no other way. At the very least, I can say I gave it my all. I did everything I possibly could to keep our marriage together. Whatever is happening now, it's not my fault. It's entirely on her. I don't need to feel guilty or ashamed about any of it. Honestly, I'm also grateful that all my kids are grown now. I can't imagine going through a custody battle on top of a divorce. That would have broken me. Update 2. Amy was served the divorce papers today, and if her texts are anything to go by, she didn't take it well. I haven't blocked her yet, not because I want to keep talking to her, but because I haven't built up the mental strength to fully cut her off. I know I will soon. She sent me a bunch of vile messages, full of hate and blame. According to her, I'm the one who ruined her life, and that I'm just being spiteful because she was trying to have a little fun, to escape what she called her boring, monotonous life. She insulted my appearance too, said I'm almost 50 and I look like it. She claimed she just wanted a change of scenery. And to be fair, she's right about one thing. I do look my age. I haven't been to the gym in a long time, and my hairline has definitely started to recede. But that's normal. I'm aging, just like everyone else. I'm a father of 3 adult children. It's natural that I no longer look like I did in my 20s. I'm not some unhealthy slob. I've kept myself in decent shape for a man my age. But if she expects me to look the same as I did when we first got married, she's being unrealistic. Unless you're a celebrity with the time and money to chase youth forever, no one can stay frozen in time. Sure, Matt might be more physically appealing to her. But that's exactly why marriage exists, to commit to each other, regardless of who walks into your life. If she couldn't stay faithful and ran straight into the arms of the first younger man she fancied, how's that my fault? It's sad, really, how she's still trying to shift the blame onto me, like what she did was somehow okay, and I was the one who needed to fix myself. But I guess that's just who she is. Now, only after 20+ years, I'm starting to see all the red flags I ignored because I loved her. And I feel like a complete fool for never facing the truth. I should have known, but I chose to look the other way because I cared for Amy. Even now, as ridiculous as it sounds, a small part of me still does. And that's probably why I haven't blocked her yet. It's pathetic, I know, but emotions don't always make sense. I'm hoping I'll soon find the strength to walk away from this completely, because I can't keep being dragged into her chaos. Whatever this side of her is, I don't want to see it anymore. I won't call it evil. It's something beyond that. It's cruelty that almost borders on comedy, if that's even a thing. Update 3. Something ironic happened, and thankfully, it doesn't involve me directly. A few hours ago, my daughter Rachel told me that Amy is now in the middle of a huge online argument with Matt. Apparently, she posted a long rant yesterday, accusing him of leading her on for 2 years and then dumping her because he didn't see a future with her. Now that I think about it, how did she not talk about these things with him before throwing her entire life away? I mean, I'm not a cheater, but even I know you should at least have some serious conversations before jumping into a new relationship, especially if you're planning to leave everything behind. To make matters worse, some of Amy's female coworkers commented on her post and revealed that Matt had also been involved with them. Turns out, he was basically the office player, never serious about anyone, including Amy. I never really believed in karma, but now, this feels like karma in its purest form. It's hard to believe this is real, and that this is happening to her. I finally blocked her. Rachel did too. Still, Amy found out about the fallout through one of her cousins, someone who still has her added on social media. We haven't officially told the rest of the family about the separation yet, but honestly, that Facebook post says enough on its own. I'll tell my family soon, but for now, I'm just sitting back and watching this whole mess unfold. It's hard not to admire the disaster Amy has created for herself. As for Matt, well, he actually deserves a sarcastic round of applause. I can't believe he managed to juggle multiple affairs with coworkers for over a year. I hated him when I first found out about the affair, but now, I'm starting to feel oddly neutral, maybe even a little amused. Part of me wants to walk up to him, shake his hand, and say, "Well played." I know that sounds crazy, but this whole situation really does feel like the perfect kind of karma. Amy threw away her entire life for a bit of fun, as she put it, and this is what she got in return. I'm just glad I'm almost out of this mess now, and I truly can't wait for the divorce to be finalized. Update 4. It's been just over a month since I made my first post. We're currently in the negotiation phase of the divorce settlement. The most surprising thing? I look at her now and feel absolutely nothing. She tries to smile at me during meetings and occasionally tries to start a conversation afterward, but I keep my distance. I have no interest in opening any door for her again. As far as I know, she's living with a friend now, and she's lost her job. The best part? I probably won't have to pay her any alimony.
Why?
Because of that very public confession she made on Facebook, one where she essentially admitted to the affair. Her own words are more than enough. I don't need to prove a thing. She dug this hole herself, all because she believed Matt was serious about her. My kids still refuse to speak to her. We're all sort of pretending she doesn't exist. I know that might not be the healthiest approach in the long run, but we'll deal with that in time. Right now, everything's still too raw. Emotionally, I'm doing much better than I was when this all began. And I know things will continue to improve. I'm even thinking of starting therapy in the near future, probably after the divorce is finalized, just to work through the remaining emotions and get myself in a better place. Eventually, I know I'll be okay. Maybe even more than okay.